Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. I was a dentist for 25 years, now doing the dental practice brokerage for 15. So today's topic is mad rush to sell the dental practices by the end of the year. Incredible. We'll get into what the meaning is behind all this. So as you know, we now have 10 employees. We're in 25 states, and we're available to you 363 days a year. We take off Christmas and Easter. So feel free to call us at 201-663-0935 or dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. Just give us a call. I'll be more than happy to help you. Even if you want some free advice, all the information you're listening today is for entertainment purposes only, not legal advice. Now, if you have a big practice over $1 million and you have 5 chairs or more, somewhere around there, it's a large practice, willing to stay on for a few years, you could be a DSO candidate. So call us about that. We can help you with that. And often they will pay our commission, so many times there's no commission to you. And we know the inside track on a lot of these large DSOs, who's having trouble, who's not. In addition, if we're representing you and the practice sale price closes at over $1 million, we'll be more than happy to reimburse your legal fees. We've done that often. So call us on that. We'll give you the details. Okay, so believe it or not, there's one of the dental attorneys, well-known dental attorney. They have 40 dental closing deals they're trying to close by the end of December. This could be for a variety of tax reasons. First, I believe the buyers get a massive tax write-off the whole year. So some of them they're very motivated to get that closing done. Now, of course, the buyer is going to get all this money in. And if they had been working that year, and if they've been working that year and they had income, now they're going to have the income of what their work was plus the practice, so they're going to get hit, with some higher income tax. But usually it's this buyer that wants to get these deals closed. Sometimes the seller. Each one has a unique effect on their taxes. So you really got to talk to your tax advisors. If you are selling and it's getting close to the year and you're the seller, what are the tax ramifications, positive or negative? There's a lot of good laws that were written that are beneficial to the buyer and the seller, so it's important for you to talk to your advisors on that. But I know these buyers get massive tax write-off this year. It doesn't matter when they close, as long as they close in the year. They'll take that loss and maybe they'll take that sale price and the assets and so forth that they could write off rapidly. Remember, equipment you could write off quickly. Goodwill takes a longer period of time. So each one will have a different tax effect. So be aware of that. And it's important to learn it early on. If you think now remember, all these dental deals historically close late. Nobody closes on time. 45 days would be great, the standard practice. But you got landlords to deal with. It always seems to go beyond 45 days, unless it's an ultra rush. We got one of them now that will close in 30 days because there's no landlord to deal with, and it's a record sale. That should go pretty fast. But be aware that these things, if your practice is even close to September, you may think it's going to close. It may get delayed easily until November. And then you could look at the tax ramifications if you just wait and close in the month of January 2026. But on the other hand, you wait, you could lose the buyer because of another problem. So just be careful with timing. But you've got to have your professionals advising you on this. Certainly if it doesn't look like your practice is closing until the fall, it could very well get delayed, as what happens with banks, what happens with attorneys, what happens with all of these professionals. Now, these one attorney who has a couple of dental attorneys that work for them is inundated. They're not taking any more deals this year. I think they're at 44, something like that, 43, 44. They're not taking any more deals to close in the month of December, by December 31st. Just can't do it. They're at capacity. So it's a well-known dental attorney with a couple of associates. Can't do it. So if you're in a situation and you want to close, do it early on. Help your professionals with everything they need early on. I mean, yeah, if you want to close in September and it could easily get delayed until October, November, you make sure if the deal is starting to get together back in June or July, that you are pushing everything forward. Push the buyer forward, push everything. Usually it's the buyer that wants to get these done early, but be aware of that. And he's not the only one. These attorneys. Another attorney, I think, is trying to close 28. So, thank you. Bye.